Awesome to see you.
You too.
Great job.
Thank you.
How is this to come back after a few years without being in touch with Alice? Is it easy to get back to her?
It was amazing. No, it wasn't easy. It was really hard, but incredible. But I just had a baby 4 months before.
Oh, wow.
So I needed to lose a lot of weight and very quickly, but I wanted to continue nursing as well. So, it was one of those fine lines that, I had to walk on because I couldn't just do a crash diet.
Yeah.
I had to do things carefully because I wanted to retain my milk. And I'm very proud to say I still ended up nursing her exclusively for 10 months.
Wow. That's very impressive.
That's right, baby. Mama do it. Mama do it.
That's awesome. Do you think this is an amazing female, strong character? Do you think Hollywood has changed and now women have the opportunity to have like better roles, like stronger roles? Do you think it has changed since you started, or?
Definitely. I think there was always movies that put women in the lead, like action films, but I feel like maybe people just weren't ready to accept us doing it, and there needed to be some big changes to kind of have that acceptance. I don't know. Maybe personally, I love the Resident Evil movies, so I like to say that it's our passion and our love for the franchise that kind of spurred this movement, where it's more acceptable for women to do action movies. But for me, it was always very natural. It was something that I loved to do, and I think as long as women are doing it because they want to and not just because like, oh, it's easy money.
Yeah.
But you gotta believe the person. You gotta believe the actor. If you don't believe them, there's no point.
Exactly.
So
I was just talking to your husband, and he said that you guys were kind of like ahead of time in terms of doing this type of franchise with a strong female character. Back in the day, probably Hollywood wouldn't have liked, if it was like 100% Hollywood movie, wouldn't have liked to do that because they were not ready for that. Do you think like Europe is a little bit ahead of time in relation to the US? That seems like a little like it takes a little more time to adapt to things that in Europe probably are more.
Definitely, I think Europeans have always been more sophisticated as a whole, and definitely more respectful of women's place in the career world. I feel like definitely it's taken America a little bit longer, but at the same time, I don't think anybody, when we did the first movie, it wasn't that expensive. It was like a small European indie action horror movie. We did it for fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone would have spent a bunch of money on it, and we were all young and just having a good time. We were all fans of the game. I mean, probably if I ran a studio, I wouldn't put $50 million, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
In a female-driven action franchise. I mean, you do what's good for business, but thank God the audiences have spoken. So
it works out
nice.
Fine.
This is a franchise that's built by fans.
Mm-hmm.
It's not built by a studio.
Yeah.
So.
Is there anything in Alice that she has that you would like to have?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Alice is so strong and so good at what she does. Which gives her such a confidence. I would love to have that real sense of confidence that she has today. Like, not before, but now. And also, she's so decisive. She makes a decision, that's it. Just gonna do it. For me, I can't make a decision to save my life. It's like, ask me, what do you want for dinner? And suddenly, it takes me an hour to think about all my options.
Awesome. Well, I don't think we have more time, but thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Thank you.